See the lowering back there. We've got a tornado trying to form here. This is our storm that just went by Beaumont. So we've been saying Beaumont a lot. This is past Beaumont now, and thankfully it's waited until it's got past Beaumont to really try to produce a tornado, but it is trying now as it comes up towards Cole Green, Garner, and Wilson. Take shelter in Greene and Perry counties in Mississippi. Yeah, Corey, Jordan Hall, Brandon Kopic, Bryce Shelton, and Hascam's number 36 are all right on this. Definitely a concerning looking lowering there. Corey's a decent distance away from the storm, but you can see that we've got a pretty broad wall cloud or mesocyclone there. New severe thunderstorm warning. In Mississippi, very large one. Here's what that looks like. It includes McGee. It includes Taylorsville, Bay Springs, and Lowen. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts over the next hour. Get ready. And Mount Olive, it's going to be a strong storm coming through. Tornado warning is going to expire in about 10 minutes for McGee. Tornado warning is going to continue for the next 24 minutes for Greene and Perry counties in Mississippi. And, man, it just keeps looking more impressive on radar. These storms have really kind of teased with the idea of, becoming big supercells that produce big tornadoes. Like the environment's primed for it. These cells are primed for it. But something's stopping them. They get about 80% of the way there, and then they just don't go any farther, which is good. I don't know how long that's going to continue, because as the sun sets, we are going to see an increase in our low-level jet, and that might be the extra 20% that the storms need to keep going. Please tell us if you think Tuscaloosa will be impacted by tornadoes. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is under a slight risk of severe weather tonight. Tuscaloosa will likely be to the north of the most significant severe weather tonight. That doesn't mean that you won't see tornadoes. It just means that it's certainly not the most concerning area that we're dealing with. But we of course will keep you updated. All right, Jordan Hall's got an incredible view of our wall cloud in Greene County, Mississippi. So this is a live look. I'll put it on the 3 view here. At our tornado warning in Greene and Perry counties in Mississippi. We've got eyes on this thing. If this decides to plant a tornado, we're going to know the moment that it happens. But you can see that it's close to doing that. So we should go ahead and get in our shelters in Cole Green. Cole Green, that rotating part of the storm that you see there on your screen is going to go right over Cole Green, and it's going to go right over Reba and Garner. So take shelter. Wow. My wife, Stephanie, the weather wife, has been a member for 48 months. She was one of the first members. So we've been doing this for 4 years. I've been doing this for 4 years, y'all. How many of you guys have been here for the whole 4 years? I know some of you have. 4 years of covering the weather on YouTube. She says, so proud of you. Love you so much. I love you too, Steph. Huge shout out to Steph for allowing me to be here and everything. Everybody say shout out to Steph. And also IR Weasel. Thank you very much for the support. If you're just now tuning in, we are watching a storm try to produce a tornado over here in Greene and Perry counties in Mississippi. We've got some really good views of it from storm chasers Corey Gherkin and Jordan Hall. We haven't seen anything make contact with the ground yet, but we're watching some breathtaking footage of the process of tornado genesis. Melissa has been here for 3 years. Melissa, wow, thank you for being here. Thanks for joining the crew early. I wish it worked like the stock market for y'all. Because, you know, some of you guys that were early, that would have been a big time ROI. Some of you guys were here when we had like 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. You know, something like that needs to exist. Anyways, we've got a tornado warning in Greene and Perry counties in Mississippi. We've also got a tornado warning in Walthall and Pike County, Mississippi. That it's been a second since we've talked about it, but the rotation is still there. So we've still got a reason to take shelter, especially if we're in Holmesville, Denan, Topsaw, and Stardonville. Take shelter over here in Pike County, Mississippi, okay? And my gosh, what's going on in chat? A lot of people are using their membership messages. Shaggy's been here for 5 months. Joel's been here for 25. Mr. Martini says, shout out to my coworker for telling me about your channel. Steph started a trend. Cotton, 28 months. The Living Miracle, 23 months. Bob, 38 months. Almost 4 years. Thank you guys for being here. And thanks for being a member for years. Like, that's crazy. All right. They just shaved off the end of this warning here, so Magnolia is no longer under a tornado warning. They also shrunk down our warning over here that was a part, that was for, what am I trying to say? That was in Greene County, Mississippi. They've shrunk it down to where it no longer includes Ferguson and Benmore. Hey, James Pettis has been here for 14 months. The Mechanical, 47 months. Wow. Some OGs. Hey, Bama D, thank you. Yeah, we've been watching the fire out here in my neck of the woods on the Weather House camera. Thank you for all the support, y'all. If you're just now tuning in, we got a tornado warning near Beaumont, Mississippi, with a large wall cloud that we just saw on the stream, but nothing making contact with the ground. Nalmsy says, hey, Ryan, I've been watching since 2 years ago, watching from the tornado absent Anchorage, Alaska. Thanks for all you do. Well, thanks for tuning in from Anchorage, Alaska. There's so many of these coming in. I know I'm missing a bunch of them. I'm sorry, y'all. But thank you, seriously. Yeah, there's some sort of fire going on here in my neck of the woods. It's not a wildfire, I don't think. Ooh, check it out. New Storm Prediction Center graphic. The primary tornado threat near the surface, warm front, strong tornado possible. Look at this. So they're highlighting this area for a potential strong tornado. That's pretty strong wording there. Several supercells have occurred over the past hour, mainly from parts of south central Mississippi into southwest Alabama. The environment will remain quite conducive for low-level rotation. Wow. Okay. So if we're anywhere in this area for this mesoscale discussion, this includes Hattiesburg, this includes Wiggins, this includes Laurel, Waynesboro, all the way over to Camden, Alabama. We've got strong tornado possible over the next little bit. This is concerning tornado watches number 5 and 6. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, just following that up, actually, if you want to go over to Weatherbell and take a look at the 15-minute HRRR, I don't think this is going to happen, but there's actually an insane line of beans right before about 10 p.m. coming up in front of the warm front. That is going to be our tornado risk throughout the night, is just any convection right in front of the warm front. That's the only place where the surface winds are actually suitable for tornadoes.
Right. I see what you're talking about. So we're going to be watching really closely, essentially these storms right in here as they come up in this direction. They could be a continued problem. And I see the potential for prefrontal supercells, I mean, all the way through 2 a.m. From what I'm looking at here. The biggest threat's probably going to be from about an hour from now until 10 p.m. But the threat will continue, I think, all the way until 2. And then things will become much more linear. Not calm. I think we're probably going to see a good storm tonight in Atlanta even. But tornado threat's going to calm down. DeBash, she's been here and a proud supporter for 38 months. I recognize a lot of these names. Yeah, Bash, I know I've talked to you a bunch through the chat and several other Ovians. I appreciate y'all for being here. All right, so just an update on our ongoing tornado warnings. Nothing pressing right now. We've got some rotation moving up towards Startonville. We've got some rotation over here in Greene County, Mississippi. But that one, every storm chaser's on this storm, and we haven't heard anything from them. So this one's not producing a tornado right now. So we're kind of in a brief moment where we don't have any active tornadoes on the ground right now, but I think that's going to change. Don't want to get too comfortable, if you know what I'm saying. Go ahead, Riley. Or was that an old light that I'm just now seeing?
Yeah, that's the light from last time I talked. Okay. Sorry, I tried to reset it, but my blue light link isn't working.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much I got to fix. Might do a fixing the software stream tomorrow. I don't know if we'll have time to even do a video. We got to get this stuff ready for tornado season, son. Once we get everything lined out, though, you guys are going to be blown away by the cool stuff that we're able to do. Corinna, thanks for being here for 32 months. Lots of you guys have been here since a long time. Yeah, Andy's still here. Andy's with us. He's talking to Riley. Riley's relaying a lot of messages from Andy. Andy's just not able to get to his studio to have a camera and a microphone and all that stuff today because he's in the winter storm part of the action today. Which, let's check in on that, by the way. How many of you guys are experiencing snow right now? Chicago, I know some people in Chicago were talking about how it was not very impressive. Well, some heavier snow's on the way. It's snowing lightly in Chicago right now, but the pretty decent band is coming through Peoria, through Witeska right now. That's going to come up into Chicago over the next little bit. The heaviest snow, though, is definitely to the west of Chicago. Davenport's getting pummeled. Fort Madison. This is all going to go right up into Milwaukee. Milwaukee's already seen a decent amount of snow. Double it. More is coming. Grand Rapids, you guys are going to get a lot more. It looks like Detroit is going to get in on a decent amount of snow here. And then we're still looking at an ice storm warning in Toledo, but this thing might have moved it far enough south to where we'll see more snow in Toledo than anything. It's already snowing in Akron. So yeah, get ready. In St. Louis, it's still snowing in St. Louis, but it's about to wrap up in St. Louis. It's still snowing in Des Moines, but it's about to wrap up in Des Moines as well. So yeah, this is a pretty crazy look at the U.S. right now. Like all of these warnings, almost every county in the U.S. is under some sort of watch, warning, or advisory right now, and most of those are winter related. We've got a big atmospheric river coming into the West Coast. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking through Twitter. Yeah, it's going to be a big storm on the West Coast. Will Atlanta get in on the storm action? Yes. Atlanta's going to get some storms tonight into the early morning, probably like around 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. They might be strong, but they're not going to be as strong as these that we're about to see tonight, and the tornado threat's not going to be quite as high. And then we'll be back here together again on what's it called? Saturday. With an even bigger the Saturday. Today's storm it just barely met the threshold for live coverage, right? Like we knew that the ingredients are there for tornadoes. But as we've seen, like it's been hard for some of these storms to actually produce tornadoes. Saturday looks like a kind of day where it's like a no-brainer. Like we're definitely going to go live. It's we're going to be able to plan ahead for it and all that good stuff. So it looks like it's going to be potentially our first big severe weather outbreak of the year. And we will likely talk about Atlanta again, as you guys are going to be on the eastern side of the risk. Atlanta always ends up being, I don't know when the last time I was live when a storm went through Atlanta, because normally the storms happen to the west of Atlanta. They start dying off before they get there, and we end the stream. And that looks like that's probably going to be the case Saturday, as well as the majority of the strongest storms are going to happen between Birmingham and Shreveport. The tornado warning for Startonville, Walthall, Mississippi, looks a little bit more concerning, I guess, on some of some of these more recent frames. We've got a tightening of the rotation there, so get ready to take shelter if you haven't already in Startonville. We'll see if they expand that warning or continue that warning. Otherwise, it's going to expire in 21 minutes. It is raining. It's freezing raining right now in Toledo. You were live for Conyers, Georgia last year, just southeast of Atlanta. Yeah, I know I have. You know, we've talked about Atlanta before, obviously, but most of these springtime storm systems, and especially the early spring storm systems, usually start falling apart before they get that far east. I just saw that video of the tornado in Mississippi. Yeah, that was wild. We had a front row seat to the full process of tornado genesis. We got to get more tower cams. Has anybody watching work for Love's Travel Stops or Cracker Barrel? I was driving on the interstate the other day, and you just see these towering signs that show the gas prices, right? And I'm like, man, what a perfect opportunity for tower cameras. We just got to talk to somebody. Same thing for Cracker Barrel. They usually have the giant signs. The more those, I think that's honestly the final step. If we have a completely comprehensive network of cameras across the country, and we have the radar like we do from the National Weather Service, what else can you have? Like, you know, as far as weather surveillance goes. We just got to make a big push. Buc-ee's, yeah, Buc-ee's. The local news stations already do that, but they typically mount them to much lower traffic lights. Yeah, so we have, we currently have access to 15,000 cameras here. Most of those cameras are pointing towards the ground, which is nice. We've seen, tornadoes on traffic cameras. We've been able to help people through traffic cameras, but like that's just half of the thing. The higher up, the better, especially when it comes to tornado coverage. So cell phone towers, big billboards, radio towers, anything that's really high up in the air, we got to do everything we can to get a camera up there. Hey, Ryan's, any plans to put a camera on your warehouse in Iowa? Yeah, so we've got one. We're probably going to do a better one. We might do has cams, or we might get Radar Omega to put Cyclone ports. I wanted to be a part of an existing network so that you guys can access it easily and that we can access it easily. But I've we've got a tower camera here in Pikeville. We have warehouses now. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but like the Y'all Squad has big warehouses in Iowa, Fort Dodge, Iowa. We just got one in Dallas, Texas, and we also just got one in Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all Squad has a presence in Atlanta, Georgia. So we've got 3 good places to put a big tower up if we wanted to. Big severe thunderstorm moving into Bay Springs and Taylorsville right now. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's Smith, Jones, Covington, and Jasper counties in Mississippi. Take shelter. Get indoors. If for whatever reason you're outside, it's going to be a pretty nasty storm coming through. Also, behind these storms, we're starting to see flash flood warnings breaking out. So that's happening in Brookhaven right now. Some flash flooding. More on the way. This is going to spread off to McGee as well. Yeah, each warehouse has a big purple truck. So y'all have to be on the lookout for that. If you ever see this thing on the road, you should take a picture of it and send it on Twitter so we can always know where the Y'all Squad trucks are. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the video. If somebody has the video, share it with me in Discord so I can show it. Once again, it's a terrible thing when a tornado hits a town, but it is inevitable. Like, it's going to happen this year, and I'm really excited to see how well we're going to be able to assist in that situation with our new infrastructure that we set up. If you're just now tuning in, we do have 1 tornado warning currently in effect for Pike County, Mississippi. But other than that, a lot of the storms that we were watching earlier are looking a little bit lackluster. We're waiting for our next big uptick in rotations. We're just taking a breather here. I'm looking at chat. Daggone it. I don't know where the video is, but in the intro of yesterday's video, I think we showed the truck. I guess not. Have the storms reached Montgomery yet? Not yet. The storms are still on their way. And by the way, we're gonna be here for a while. So don't think that we're wrapping up or anything. We're in just a little bit of a lull. Yeah, here's a picture. It's not. There's a video that's much better, but we can't find it. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I got it. I feel like it's in the social media. Aha. One time during the season. Even heard Willie. Back room. You might want to turn your volume down. I don't know how that happened. Daggone it. Yeah, so here we go. Each warehouse has one of these. And this is what we're going to be using, hopefully, to within 8 hours of any tornado happening that causes significant damage in a town, and emergency managers or local officials request help from the Y'all Squad. Within 8 hours, 8 hours is the longest time it should take. We should be able to drop, supplies, whatever they need off. That's the goal of having the network of trucks. Back over here to the radar. Flash flood warning. Lots of flash flood warnings in Louisiana. You can see the progression here is you get the tornado warnings out in front with the prefrontals. With the line of storms, we get a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings, and then behind that, we've got flash flood warnings. That pattern is going to continue throughout the night. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, we of course we had to make the truck purple. Y'all Squad shows up. Yeah, so if you guys ever see that thing, which you can't miss it, send us a picture so we can keep track of it. It should be moving around quite a bit, unfortunately, in the spring and stuff. But this is a live look from Greene County, Mississippi, where Jordan Hall is showing us the inside of one of these storms that we've been tracking. Most of our views of these things have been from the outside. We're trying to see the tornado on the base of the storm, but Jordan's in the thick of it here in Greene County. The tornado warning is no longer in effect for Greene County, Mississippi, but we still do have an ongoing tornado warning for the next 8 minutes in Walthall and Pike County, Mississippi. We finally got some snow up here in Wausau, Wisconsin. This is from Moldenhaus. Hope I said that right. Thanks for sending this in. And thanks for having a Yallometer. Are there systems with video that can be put on a residential house roofs? We've been hit twice by tornadoes and are right in central Mississippi. There's nothing like the prepackaged that exists yet that's like a good solution for that. Obviously, yeah, you can put a camera on top of your house, but there's not like an out of the box. This is like a weather camera thing. You know what I mean? Which is something else that like somebody in my position should probably be working on, because if something like that existed, like, we could get thousands of those out there very quickly through this channel. I just retweeted a really good video of that Columbia, Mississippi tornado earlier from a different angle. All right, so that last tornado warning has been allowed to expire. So now we have no tornado warnings at the current moment. What's the best kind of dash cam to use in a vehicle for live streaming? There really is no best one. There's not like yeah, there's no best one. To be honest with you, like there's any camera that's good is going to work in that situation. Really the things that you got to worry about when doing a dash cam is mounting it. Like you I don't know what it is, but like you need to figure out like what's the best mount because keeping the camera stable is way more important than the quality of the camera. And then also, internet connection and all that stuff. But I'll be honest with you, a newer iPhone 13 or maybe even like iPhone 13 or higher. A lot of times you can't tell the difference between that and a DSLR, especially when you're looking at it on a phone or something like that. Caleb Beecham in Hull Force One out there has a really good option. It's not really affordable though. These rooftop cameras that are made for police vehicles. Brandon Kopic's got one. Caleb's got one. This is awesome because it's got like night vision. You can rotate it from within the car. He's got a little joystick. He can like move the camera around. And it's got a windshield wiper on it. So if it's raining, you can wipe off the camera. So that's like the perfect solution for a storm chaser. But it is expensive, right? Yeah, we currently have no tornado warnings. We've got one severe thunderstorm warning. Scary Larry, thank you for the very kind words. Yeah, those cameras are thousands of dollars. Yeah. Yeah, we'll check on the snow real quick. Once again, so we have the ability to look at the radar like this with the color precipitation typing, but it's a lot easier to show the intensity of the snow bands just by looking at regular reflectivity. So the green here is snow in all these instances, but you can see that we've got heavier snow setting up south of Chicago. Let's animate this. And it looks like this heavier snow band is moving in the direction of Chicago. So Chicago, get ready. If it hasn't snowed heavily for you yet, it's about to. Grand Rapids, same thing for you guys. More heavy snows on the way for Lansing, Detroit, Davenport. You guys have gotten hours of snow left. I don't know what the latest reports are out of Davenport, but there's probably a significant amount of snow out there too. Let me open up another radar here. I need Yaldar. I mean, hey, huge shout out to Billy Haley for the very generous $100 super chat. Just to say, in the club, we all y'all squad. I love it. Thank you, man. Hey, in the club, we all y'all squad. Yeah, 100%. What am I doing right now? Oh yeah, project files. Where are they at? Projects. Ripples, warnings. Oops. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, Andy has his eyes on a storm near State Line again. It's hooking quite decently. It's got a good procedure of RFD and hook formation on the latest cycle. Brandon and Corey are both on that storm. We do not have a feed from Brandon right now, but I'm monitoring, and as soon as we get that, I'll put him back in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Riley. Give me just a moment here. I'm trying my best to get myself a nice winter map here. What the heck? Aha. Here we go. Here's Yaldar. Okay, so this is a better option, I think, for viewing. I had this up sooner. I forgot that I made this last time. But let's go look at the severe weather real quick. Let's go check in on the storm that Andy's talking about. Because, by the way, it might feel like we're wrapping up, like there's not much to talk about down here, but we're just in a small break period. Okay, things are going to ramp up significantly here soon, and this is probably the first step of that. We've got a decent storm over here just to the east of the state line between Mississippi and Alabama near Chatham, Milry, Eret, and it does have a decent amount of rotation on there. No warning yet, but watch out in Coffeyville. We could have a tornado warning soon. Additionally, I was noticing a decent amount of rotation over here with the storm north and west of Columbia. This is tightening up a little bit as well as it comes up towards Basefield. Yeah. And then look at that. The storm just passed there near Collins. Bassfield. South of Collins is also showing decent amounts of rotation. So we might see 3 new tornado warnings coming out here soon. Sorry for the mispronunciation. I think I need me I think it's about time for me to get up to get something to drink. All right, yeah. So before the tornado warnings start pouring in, I'm going to do that. So give me just a moment. I will be right back. All right. Oh, they do. Everybody that you see on your stream, on your feed there, all three of those storm chasers are using Starlink. They're using a lot of other things as well, but Starlink is a big part of it. Any professional chaser setup, I believe, in this day and age. But just Starlink by itself is not even close to enough. You have Starlink, AT&T, Verizon, and like whatever else is available. And then you still lose service. All right, let's go check in on our storm that we're watching here. Ooh. Ooh. So this is yeah, this is looking pretty intense. Still no warning. Definitely a strong mesocyclone. Some people are saying that there's debris. I'm not convinced that this is debris. This is likely. Here's something to. Here's a learning moment if you're trying to figure out how to read radar. This right here is where the storm is sucking in the air, right? That this is the inflow notch, essentially. So anytime that you flip over to the correlation coefficient and you see a drop in the correlation coefficient that coincides with that clear spot, what you're seeing is clear air. The correlation coefficient doesn't only see debris, it sees anything that's different than the stuff around it. And clear air with nothing in it is different than rain and hail and all the stuff that's around it. So, yeah. I don't think that that's debris. I do think that this is a storm that we should take seriously. It definitely could be a storm that produces debris, or a tornado that causes a debris signature at some point. We just got ourselves a new severe thunderstorm watch, or warning, sorry. And it's for that storm. Look at that. So, let's see here. Tornado is possible. So this does have a tornado possible tag. 60-mile-per-hour winds, small hail. Yeah, that's the main thing. So get ready for a severe thunderstorm in Barlow, Ellisville, Bigby, and Tatlersville, Alabama. Tornado is possible.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And here comes a tornado warning.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
This one's going to be in Mississippi. So let's fly over here to it. This does include the town of Bassfield. The rotation is there. And the rotation is there. It's quite broad, but there is a rotating storm about to come through the town of Bassfield right now. So please take shelter. Some places in the path here include the Smith County Airport and the Robertson Park. This also includes the towns of Seminary, Collins, and Taylorsville. This is the rotation right here. Coming right into Bassfield. I don't see any indications of there being an active tornado right now, but as we all know that can change quickly, so we want to take this seriously and get into our safe spots. Yeah, Bassfield got hit by a big tornado in 2020. A huge tornado. This isn't that, but it is something that we should take shelter for certain. A huge shout out to Chad Hudson. Thanks for the support, man. Yeah, yeah. So if you guys saw the new special weather statement alert, they will issue special weather statements for funnel clouds even. And all those that are coming through with the funnel cloud tag are south of here. They're down there in more southern Louisiana and Mississippi, and they will become our next supercells that we are tracking, more than likely. Just got a severe thunderstorm warning for Jasper, Jones, and Clark counties in Mississippi. This is a big one. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is going to go on for the next 1 hour and 4 minutes. Clark, Wayne, Jasper, and Jones counties, get ready. 60-mile-per-hour winds are coming in. This looks like a pretty nasty storm. It's going to be going into Stonewall, Quitman, Heidelberg. Mile-per-hour winds are coming in. This looks like a pretty nasty storm. Oh, goodness. The velocity has picked up a little bit here on our storm coming into Bassfield. Little bit of an uptick there. So hopefully everybody in Ebenezer all the way up to Cantwell Mill is in their safe spot. This is something that could very quickly turn into a tornado. No indication that it is currently, but we have radar indicated rotation, and we know that we've seen a tornado form today in this general vicinity. So we know it can happen. We know that this is the kind of environment that would support that. So if you're in Bassfield, Cantwell Mill, all the way up to Seminary, once again, you're under a tornado warning. Please take shelter. This could be a pretty dangerous one. You can see that the chaser cameras are getting darker. The sun is setting. The low-level jet is increasing. It could be tornado time here. Matthew Hopkin, thank you for the incredibly generous super chat. Says, keep up the great work. I love what you do for our community and others. Matthew, I appreciate the kindness. You didn't have to do that, but of course you are extremely appreciated. Anxiously awaiting the next velocity scan here. Yeah, my goodness, y'all. That is coming together. It's still pretty broad, but definitely way more impressive than when we first looked at it. We've got no cameras near this. The closest one would be the Mississippi Department of Transportation Cam 345 up there in Collins. And then also MDOT 725. But both of those, if they're pointing towards the ground, they're not going to help us much. If you're just now tuning in, we are anxiously awaiting the next couple of radar scans here as the storm is going right over Bassfield, Mississippi. It's trying to produce a tornado. It's no, I don't know if it's been successful yet, but it's definitely trying as it approaches Cantwell Mill and Seminary. We've got a tornado warning for Jefferson, Davis, Covington, and Smith and Jones counties. And we're encouraging everyone to get to shelter. Yeah, we could definitely be witnessing tornado genesis here right near the town of Bassfield. Once again, we've got no cameras near this, so we're strictly flying by sight on radar here. Waiting for the next scan to come in. Each scan looks more and more concerning. We've got a large mesocyclone, a big rotating part of the storm here. We got, look at all this air coming into the storm, and you can see right next to that we've got air moving in the opposite direction. We've got counterclockwise rotation. Very classic sign here, right over the town of Bassfield.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
We just got a new tornado warning. We'll fly over to that one.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And this is for our other storm that we've been watching. This is the one near Millry. All right, so whoa. Holy smokes. Okay, yeah, this one's, I guess our low-level jet is kicking in. Jeez. So yeah, this one's imminently about to produce a tornado here. If we're in Bigby, Keanton, or Frankville, we've got to get to shelter fast. Look at this big donut hole, big bounded weak echo region. We've got ourselves a classic supercell thunderstorm about to produce potentially a big tornado here. I am very concerned about the storm near Millry coming up towards Frankville, Silver Cross, Tatlersville. This is the real deal. I think a lot of our storm chasers are near this one, but I don't think they're quite caught up with it yet. Yeah, so if we've got anybody watching in Clark, Washington, or Choctaw counties in Alabama, you're in a pretty dangerous situation. This is about to drop a big tornado, I think. So we've got two really concerning looking storms here. We're going to go back and forth between them. Let's go back to the Bassfield storm. Rotation over here still looks concerning. We might have a tornado trying to come together here as it comes up towards Cantwell Mill. Take shelter in Covington, Smith, and Jones counties. And then, of course, we are continuing to be concerned about the developing monster mesocyclone here south and east of Millry, south and west of Bigby. This is going up towards Frankville. Some places in the path here include the Richmond Pearson Hobson Technical College, the Andrew Jackson Memorial Park, and the Grove Hill Municipal Park. Obviously, also Coffeyville is included in this. Neither of these have debris signatures, but they are probably the most impressive looking storms that we've had all day, which is concerning because we have seen tornadoes today. So if these radar signatures are any indication of what they're actually capable of doing on the ground, we might be in trouble here. We've got a big tornadic circulation ongoing right now near Bassfield, Mississippi. And then also the one that we've got on the screen right now coming up towards Coffeyville and Grove Hill. We've got an impressive environment down here that's capable of producing tornadoes with all this Gulf moisture. We've got an unstable and uncapped boundary layer and strong low-level shear that is increasing as the sun sets. Dag Fizz. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Thank you for that, though. Yeah, this thing's got incredible. It's got an incredible look to it on velocity here. About 100-mile-per-hour winds inbound. This is what that's showing. So like this is a really, really strong storm, and it does look like it's taking advantage of the environment in a way that we've been talking about. But is it translating all the way down to the surface? That we don't know yet. It could happen anytime, though. So that's why we're encouraging everyone in Frankville and Bigby to take shelter. Let's go back to Bassfield. Yeah, this is still a really concerning and impressive area of rotation that's now past Bassfield. It's less of a concern for Bassfield now and more of a concern for Collins, McDonald, Mount Horeb, and Seminary. Take shelter if you're in any of those areas. Man, this thing is just rotating like a top here. You can see. You could. It would be surprising to me if this is not producing a tornado. It's in a pretty rural area, and it's also in a pretty wooded area. So if it is on the ground, we should see debris signature. Definitely a crazy looking mesocyclone out there, though. That's for sure. Chasers, Jordan Hall, Corey, and Brandon are all on its tail, but they're a little bit behind. I'll tell you one thing. If this storm right here going towards Frankville doesn't put down a tornado, it's a pretty good sign for the rest of the night. As this storm is taking advantage of the environment in probably the most efficient way. And if that is not enough, then it's hard for me to believe that any future storm would be able to do much more. So I'm just trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be hopeful here, but man, this looks like it's about to put a big one down. So hopefully everybody's getting into their safe spots in Clark, Washington, and Choctaw counties in Alabama. We're behind on Brandon's feed. Okay, yeah. Somebody reload Brandon's feed or pull it down and then push it back in or something. I don't know. Just in case. Looks like a tiny hurricane eye. It does. Yeah, what we're looking at here, y'all, for those of you who are maybe new to radar watching, like this is a textbook velocity scan of a tornado producing storm. Okay, like it doesn't get much more obvious than this. However, we're not seeing any solid evidence that the mesocyclone is translating all the way to the ground. So we're just watching and waiting to see if we can see any debris or hear any reports. I'm actually quite surprised that we're not seeing a debris signature. Like this is every other thing about this is screaming, a tornado. Let's go check back in on the Bassfield storm. By the way, it's past Bassfield now. The rotation is now moving towards Seminary, Mississippi. And it still looks impressive. The reflectivity is less impressive now. However, the velocity, like the rotating part of the storm, is still there. When we need you to be in your safe spot in Mount Horeb, Seminary, and Oak Bowery. Yeah, this storm over here is still strengthening. So I don't know what the cap is on it, but like we're going to keep watching it. This thing is rotating. I don't know how else to put it. Like this thing is rotating. It's capable of dropping a huge tornado. Thankfully, at this moment, I'm not sure that it is. But man, if it continues to strengthen and mature as it comes up towards Tadlersville and Chilton, we could have a problem here. Now, the circulation just went through Frankville, so I'm interested. I know we've got some people in the chat that are from Frankville. I'm interested, like, what's the report from there? What's going on in Frankville right now? Do you guys, hopefully you're not out looking, but like if after you come out of your safe spot in about 5 to 10 minutes,
okay,
let us know what happened.
There we go. Now my audio is working. That's what I needed.
Seminary, Mount Horeb, Willowtown, Oak Bowery, Bethel, Mississippi. Hope all you guys are in your safe spots. As this storm still looks really concerning too. It doesn't. So like we have really strong rotation here. We've got a strong signal for a mesocyclone, but you notice how like this is a square almost, and it's right up against another square. That presentation a lot of times is, associated with large mesocyclones, but not necessarily tight enough areas of rotation to produce tornadoes. So that's a good sign, but it doesn't mean that that a tornado couldn't be happening here. It very well could. So that's why we want to take shelter anyways. Two tornado warnings right now, both of them right on the verge of producing potentially strong tornadoes. Neither of them are successfully doing so far. Not sure how long that'll last. Yeah, we've got a tornado warned storm moving towards Thomasville and Grove Hill in Clark County. Yeah, I'm just I'm looking through some updates here. Just waiting to see if there's any chaser that's submitted a report or has a visual on this yet. Not yet. Another thing to look at on this storm is the correlation coefficient. Some people are, I see in chat, some people are confusing this as well with maybe some debris. I think what we're likely seeing here is hail. If we've got anybody watching it in how do you say this? Is it Coffeyville, Tatlersville, in that area along Highway 69? Confirm for us that's hail. I'm pretty sure we're dealing with a pretty significant hailstorm. Or it's just, some sort of maybe it's some sort of problem with the radar data, but that's not debris. Now, this, on the other hand, is something that we should pay a little bit more attention to. That could be. We're in a weird spot here where the radar presentation is a little bit unorthodox. And we're getting a lot of interference. So we need to not pay too close attention to it, but also just know that, like in Tatlersville, if you're not in your safe spot right now, that is a terrible mistake. Because this could be producing a tornado right now. There's a chance that what we're looking at right here is debris being lofted up by a tornado. We don't know for sure if that's happening, but it very well could be, and it could be coming into the Tatlersville area now. Take shelter in Tatlersville, take shelter in Clarksville, and Chilton, Alabama. Coming back over to our storm over here in Covington, Jones, and Smith counties in Mississippi. A huge mesocyclone. Once again, these things are massive rotating monsters. So it's a good thing that so far we haven't had any indication that they've dropped a tornado. But I'm really concerned about what if they do, because these are going to be big tornadoes. The rotation's going over Gansey and Seminary right now. It's moving up towards Oak, Bowery, Bethel, Pleasant Ridge. Y'all get ready. This is a really concerning look here. Oh, yeah. So once again, we're in a tough spot. Something's going on over here though near Tatlersville. So we need to be paying really close attention to this, and hopefully everybody in Tatlersville is in their safe spot, and then everybody in Centerpoint, McEntry, Clarksville, and Chilton. Hopefully you guys are as well, because this might be the real deal here. And I'm just getting word from Andy that he believes that this is a tornado debris signature. So our suspicions are confirmed now from meteorologist Andy Hill that we likely have a tornado on the ground here, and this is going through Tatlersville right now. So hopefully everybody in Tatlersville got the message. This is obviously a very small town, but we also need to be relaying this downstream. Centerpoint, Clarksville, and Chilton. Get to shelter. No update on the warning yet from the National Weather Service, but we should see soon that they've upgraded this to a confirmed tornado warning. And I think that actually just came through. Yep, PDS tornado warning.
A new
All right,
PDS
so the
tornado
National
warning
Weather Service
has been issued.
has issued a PDS tornado warning. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Just to get everybody's attention here, we're going to sound the alarm as we have a large, damaging tornado on the ground right now. This is going through Tatlersville at the moment. Let me show you this graphic here. This is a life-threatening situation. Seek shelter now. A damaging tornado, golf ball size hail possible. This is entering the Thomasville and Fulton, Alabama area. Large, damaging tornado on the ground currently, producing significant damage as it crosses Highway 69 near Tatlersville. Let me zoom in on Tatlersville here. So the tornado, likely a large one, is crossing the road now, Highway 69. And it's near the Union Grove Baptist Church. Up next, it's going to go up towards Wynn Road and go towards the Great Ebenezer Church. Okay? Not a lot of stuff in between the Great Ebenezer Church and the Mitchell's Reserve, which is where the tornado is right now. So hopefully the thing dissipates before it goes any farther. However, if it doesn't, if it continues on its current trajectory towards Fulton and Thomasville, it's going to come up towards places like St. Luke's Church, Smith's Cemetery. If you guys know where the, what is that, Silitpa Creek is, if you know where that is, it's going to kind of parallel that tributary all the way up to Good Hope Church. And then the towns of Thomasville, Fulton, and Springville are in the path. So, yeah, please take shelter. The debris signature keeps getting bigger. One of the things that we look at here is the correlation coefficient. And for those of you who don't understand what we're looking at right now, essentially the big blue blob right here, because it lines up so perfectly with our velocity couplet and our, the base of the storm on reflectivity, we can safely assume that this is debris in the air. We call it a tornado debris signature. The correlation coefficient product looks at the sky and it says, okay, what size is everything up here? Okay, all these raindrops are pretty much the same size, so we're going to paint those orange and red. But what do we have over here? We have some shingles, we have some tree branches, some leaves. This is different. This is a different size, and it doesn't correlate with the other things that are in the sky. So we're going to drop the correlation coefficient, and our radar program paints that blue on our end, and so we can see where that's happening. So there's something in the air here that shouldn't be there. It was likely picked up from Tatlersville, and it was picked up by obviously a tornado. So this is going to continue to move up towards places like McKintrey, Chilton, Clarksville, and Springfield, Alabama. Please be in your safe spots. If you haven't gotten there already, you got to get there fast. You want to get into the most interior room of your home or whatever building you're in. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. And shelter until the warning's over. The PDS tornado warning is going to last for 24 minutes. It could last much longer than that, for all we know. This could be a long tracker, as it is pretty much all by itself. So yeah, get ready in Thomasville. This one's coming for you too. PDS tornado warning. A damaging tornado is on the ground. I do want to go check out our other storm in Mississippi because it was looking really concerning as well, and it still is. We still have a large rotating storm here near Willowtown and Oak Bowery, moving up towards Pleasant Ridge in Mississippi. Tornado warning for the next 20 minutes. Take shelter if you haven't already. A large, potentially violent tornado is currently doing significant damage near the town of Center Point in Alabama. And man, the debris signature just keeps looking worse and worse. Yeah, the sun's going down. This is an incredibly dangerous situation. This is a very deep correlation coefficient drop, meaning that we've likely got lots of debris in the air, and it's also likely getting lofted very high into the sky, likely tens of thousands of feet, which only happens with strong tornadoes. This is likely an EF2, EF3, or greater tornado currently happening between Tatlersville and Center Point. Waiting on the next scan to come through, but I still believe the approximate location of the tornado right now is going to be past Highway 84, near Highway 21, near McKintrey. It's going to probably cross the road near Highway 154 between McKintrey and Chilton here within the next 5 minutes. Brandon Kopic, I believe, is getting pretty close. It says he's in the town of Leroy, Alabama. I don't know where that is. Yeah, so if he's in Leroy, yeah, he's actually pretty close. That puts him about right here. Once again, another little community here that's not listed on the map that the tornado is going to come really close to is called Zimco. just in case that rings a bell for anybody. And then very soon, this is going to get close to McKintrey, the Bell Brewer Cemetery, Oak Grove Cemetery. This is a pretty rural area, but we're about to get into some more stuff, I guess, the closer this gets to Highway 184 here. But yeah, if you're just now tuning in, we've got a large, dangerous tornado on the ground right now, producing damage. This is a radar-confirmed tornado. Clark County, Alabama's under a PDS tornado warning. We also have a radar-indicated tornado warning for Covington and Jones counties in Mississippi. This one looks very concerning as well. There's not the same indication that this one's making contact with the ground like there was, or like there is with the other one. So that's why we don't have that elevated warning status. But I would be just as, fast, I guess, about getting to shelter if I was in Big Creek or Pleasant Ridge, Mississippi. We will almost certainly see an expansion of this warning soon. And I would be surprised if it didn't include Laurel, Mississippi. By the way, HazCam's number 10. HazCam's number 10 is right in the path of that one. So we should keep an eye on it. It's dark, so it's probably going to be hard to see anything, but something to keep an eye on. Also, there is one traffic camera in the town of Laurel as well. Oh, here we go. That's actually a decent view. This is a live look at the tornado warned storm near Seminary coming up towards Laurel, Mississippi. You can see the lightning in the distance there. So this is going to come up, right towards Laurel. You guys should start getting ready. I don't see this weakening before it gets there. I also don't see it rapidly intensifying. So, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying be prepared for anything here as the storm comes up towards you. Let's go back to our PDS tornado warning. Velocity on that last scan looks a little bit less concerning. So hopefully this thing's not going to stay together much longer. Also, the most recent correlation coefficient scans are a little bit less concerning as well. It looks like our debris is now mostly elevated. So it's decoupled from the rotation, meaning that the tornado likely picked up a lot of debris back here near Tatlersville. And now some of that debris is still in the air. It's still in the sky. But we are going to assume that a new tornado is already forming right now and it's back on the ground. Because we don't want to be too relaxed, right? This can happen very quickly. So everybody between McIntyre, Chilton, and Thomasville needs to remain in their safe spots, as this is likely going to cycle and produce another tornado. Even if that's not happening right now, it will at some point. Yeah, Brandon's getting closer. Brandon's saying he's about 9 minutes from being within intercepting distance, I guess, of that tornado. I want to take you guys back to the Laurel, Mississippi camera, though, because this is amazing. Really good view of the supercell coming in here. What we're looking at here is a live view of a tornado warned storm that's going through Bethel, Mississippi right now, and it's coming towards Laurel. This is just a tower camera looking west out of Laurel, Mississippi. So it looks like the tornado debris signature from our PDS tornado warning just moments ago at the height of the intensity of that tornado, it looks like it was lofting debris about 15,000 feet into the air. So that is, that's what we would expect from a pretty strong tornado. So thankfully, I think most of that debris, from what I can tell anyways, is going to be from
A new tornado
trees.
warning has been issued.
It's a very rural area there.
A new tornado
hopefully
warning
that,
has been issued.
Hopefully that's the case. We'll obviously keep you updated on any new developments that come out here. We just got a new tornado warning. They extended our tornado warning. It now includes Laurel. So Laurel, Mississippi, you guys are under a tornado warning. This also includes Heidelberg, and it includes Soso, Spring Hill. So take shelter if you haven't already. It's time to get there now. We've got a nasty storm coming in, and we've got a live view of it here. So we currently have two tornadoes, or two storms that are capable of producing tornadoes right now. One of them just produced a large one over there in Clark County, Alabama. It has since become less impressive on radar, but we're still concerned about it. We're still in our safe spots in Thomasville, but we're hoping that kind of lets up. Now the focus is kind of shifting over here to this Mississippi storm as it's looking more and more interesting, I guess, as it approaches Laurel. So yeah, I'm going to go back to the 3 view so we can see the chasers as well as Brandon is getting awfully close to the PDS tornado warning over there in Alabama. What are you guys talking about? I think what we're dealing with here is an SLC. We're seeing a scary looking cloud. I think I see what you guys are talking about, but I don't think that's I think that's an SLC. It's not to diminish the the seriousness of the situation though. There very well could be a tornado coming into the Laurel, Mississippi area, and we want everybody to take that seriously and take shelter. I just don't think we can see it through this right now. But man, what an incredible view! The Hazcams, like all these tower cams, have been super valuable today with helping us understand what's happening with these storms. We got ourselves a new severe thunderstorm warning for Choctaw, Alabama. Let's go check back in on our PDS tornado warning, which is going to continue for the next 5 minutes. I don't think that they will keep the PDS tag on this. I think that the Thomasville, you're going to remain under a tornado warning, but let's not assume anything and let's stay in our safe spots. Okay, that's the main message that I need to get across here. Is This thing not too long ago was ripping up debris, throwing it 15, maybe 20,000 feet into the air. In fact, some of the debris is still in the air. It could be raining debris near Thomasville here soon. So this thing produced a big tornado, and it could do it again with very little warning. Okay, unless you go ahead and heed the warning that you have here. So stay in your safe spots. I'll tell you when it's time to come out. This warning is going to either be allowed to expire or continued as a regular tornado warning here within the next 5 minutes. We're hearing reports that we've got lots of trees and power lines down blocking the road around our Alabama storm. So pretty much what we would expect. Latest scan coming in from the Laurel, Mississippi storm. I mean, it looks concerning. I mean, this one has continuously looked concerning. It looks no less concerning now than it did when it was back there near Bassfield. So, yeah, this is crossing Highway 29 near Calhoun in Service right now. It's, as far as we know, it's not producing a tornado currently, but it could between Spring Hill and Shady Grove. So we need everybody to get in their safe spots, especially farther downstream.
Has been issued. A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, yeah, so we've got a confirmed tornado warning now for Thomasville. So they did downgrade. They took the they took the PDS tag off, but we still got a confirmed tornado warning. So we're continuing to assume, just like I said, that the tornado is down, and we're staying in our safe spots for the next 32 minutes in Thomasville. Choctaw Corner, Rural, Springfield, all you guys, remain in your safe spots. It's not over yet. We also just got a new tornado warning that goes plumb out to Shibuda. It's going to take a while for the storm to get over there, but yeah, Shibuda, Marthasville, take shelter now, as this is for the storm that's coming through Laurel right now. Hopefully everybody in the town of Laurel, especially on the northern side, is sheltered. All right, let's go back to the tower cam here. Because if this thing is producing a tornado, it would be coming into view now. This is going to go right to the west of Laurel. So we're going to watch this very closely, as the wall cloud or the rotating part of the storm should be illuminated by lightning here soon, if it hasn't already. Yeah, I think I just saw it. Whoa. So once again, this is a live camera from Laurel looking to the west. Laurel, Mississippi, as a really tornadic supercell is going by. We just, it's not making contact with the ground as far as we know. That's what we're trying to figure out. But man, if I'm in Shady Grove, man, I'm getting to shelter very fast, because This thing could put down a big tornado, just like the other one in Alabama. This one has that same capability of producing a large, damaging tornado. Yeah, Shady Grove, Rush Dairy Drive, Hoy, Irata. All these places are in the path. I haven't seen anything definitive, but there's something going on in there that you can tell from radar alone, and you can see the general shape of the mesocyclone here from even the limited view that we have. But yeah, I would definitely be in my safe spot in Shady Grove. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, a large one that also includes Laurel. So we've got this big line of storms now that's getting ready to come through Hattiesburg, Laurel, Quitman. 60-mile-per-hour winds is going to be expected over the next hour for that.
Was that the one?
So yeah, this is coming together
over by Laurel right now. Okay, gotcha. Because I saw how tight it was, but I didn't see any CC drop with it. One Alabama. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Take a look. I got velocity.
This is real time.
Not so much of a CC drop. In fact, I'm not even seeing a CC drop on it at the moment, but definitely a tight. Yeah.
Brandon's still on the tail of our storm that
Gotcha. No, I don't stream this. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I don't stream weather though. Outside of like the traffic shit. And that was in part just to help out the
oh my gosh.
one of the clubs I'm with.
This radar presentation is nuts with the storm that's going by Laurel right now.
Gotcha.
There might be a big nasty tornado trying to come out of the storm here, if it's not already.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Laced, thank you. All right, we got an update from the Storm Prediction Center. Oops. Strong tornado potential is expanding east. This includes Montgomery. Tonight we'll be talking about Montgomery, Greenville, Troy.
A new tornado warning.
This goes from Hattiesburg all the way to Montgomery. The SPC is highlighting an area where there's going to be a strong tornado potential. So This is going to be a long night in Waynesboro, Grove Hill, Camden, Selma, and all these places. We got a
Yeah.
new tornado warning. What in the world's this?
Where are you accessing mesoscale discussion?
Okay.
Or is it just posted? By
All right, so this
somebody?
is a separate storm. We've got a
Gotcha.
increased area of rotation noted right
Yeah.
here to the west of Leesman,
Yeah, 'cause, I mean,
or Lisman, near the
don't at the
Lisman Junior
moment,
High
but
School, near
the
Chiral, Pushmataha,
one of the clubs I
Yantley.
with has access to NWS chat. Yeah.
Continues for Clark
Gotcha.
County, Alabama, and then
Yeah, I mean, anything I have
obviously
access
we've
to
got our
is just
tornado
through
warning
the club.
that's continuing for
Storm
Jones,
spot.
Wayne, Jasper, and Clark counties in Mississippi, which out of all of these continues to be the most concerning looking one, in my opinion, on radar. What are we looking at here? Okay, yeah.
So wait, what are you using right now?
Yeah, so it's getting farther away.
Hmm. Ah. With that last flash, I didn't see anything there.
All right, I don't know what's going on Brandon's stream, but he's coming up on something. This is over here near Thomasville, Alabama. This is where a tornado warning continues for Clark's or Thomasville. Actually, no, there is no tornado warning now for Thomasville. So the storm that Brandon's on is no longer tornado warned. By the way, our storm that's coming up into Heidelberg is likely dropping some pretty big hail. We've got an upgrade to the warning here that indicates maybe golf ball size hail or larger coming into Sandersville and Heidelberg, along with the potential tornado threat. We've got confirmed tornado damage reports coming in southeast of Coffeyville, Alabama, with trees and power lines down across Highway 69. And yeah, that Laurel camera has provided some really interesting looking screen grabs. Look at this. Somebody got this. Just honestly one of the best views of a deep south February supercell at night you'll ever get. Like, this is a perfectly placed camera for this, but we're seeing a lot of scary looking clouds.
Could be a nice size scud.
Not to diminish the severity of the storm. This is definitely
yeah, could be a nice size scud.
a big deal, but there's no funnel cloud or tornado visible in this image. If there was, I would let you know. But man, I think that's the base of the storm now. That's what we're seeing. So this camera might be looking to the northwest. Gah. Insane view. Once again, this is the tornado warned storm that's going up towards Sanderville right now. If there is a tornado, it's in there somewhere. We likely won't see it, but somebody's zooming in on something. Some places that need to be in their safe spots as this approach.
Mm.
Yeah, this is a mothership, big supercell. That's what it looks like, you know, with
Well, NWS
limited
has
visibility here.
Has their own radar system. Hmm.
Yeah, lots of reports coming in now of down trees and power lines near Coffeyville, Alabama, from our PDS warning that we had earlier.
Yeah.
Velocity on this storm continues to be impressive, and it's definitely still supportive of the idea that there could be a tornado here. We also have a big donut hole. We've seen this today in storms that have produced tornadoes and haven't. So it's one of those things where we just got to play it safe in Sandersville and get to shelter Bonner, Hanny, Markwald, even if we don't have the tornado debris signature, even if we don't have the PDS tornado warning, whatever else it is. Just know that this is the kind of storm that could produce a big tornado at any time.
Yeah.
My goodness.
You just change it to.
Some of these velocity signatures, it's just kind of mind blowing that these aren't producing tornadoes. Like they are, but some of them just aren't. If that makes sense. Yeah, this is not abnormal for there to be tornadoes down here in February. It's like not as common, obviously, as in March and April, which is why I had planned on not streaming this month and just working on the graphics and overlays, and that's why like there's a Chaser convention this week.
Just crash.
But of course, you.
That's odd. I've never had that issue with it before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. OBS I use for YouTube. Slobs I use for Twitch.
Not something that is.
And honestly, it's just so I don't get the settings crossed.
Tornado warning for Choctaw County, Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, I
hard to see on radar, but still enough rotation to motivate you to.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can't? You sure? Why don't you make the white transparent? Background color. Background opacity. Switch it to 0. I've done a lot of graphic art. And incorporated a chunk of it into well, OBS and all that. Might just want to change that A to an E though. Yeah. Just a bad speller. I mean, it took me a long time to get a lot of spelling down, but I'm dyslexic and shit, so. Yeah, I'm good at writing. I'm good with language, but I'm dyslexic. Yeah, actually, my stream I had quite a bit written on it, and I
Lots
had
of
to have it
suspicious
scrolling the
looking
screen.
clouds on the Hazcam.
Can't even remember what it was.
Oh, by the way, we've got an updated SPC outlook now. They did maintain the enhanced risk,
Yeah,
but I think it
Yeah.
actually goes a little bit farther east.
got a little busy.
No, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, like I top and bottom
But
scrollers
they've
on
shaved
my
off the
screen.
back half of it a little bit. So
Control
yeah, we
operator
still got
stepped
an
away
enhanced
and
risk
cannot respond to amateur radio traffic.
for
so whenever
pretty
I
much
got
all
up
of
and walked
southern
away,
and
that was it.
south central Alabama.
And then what was this one? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
SLCs,
30%
yeah, those are
severe.
scary looking
Any,
clouds.
Any tornado outbreak?
Yeah,
We'll
we're gonna
bring
have
it
an incredible lightning show on the Laurel County camera for the for the next several hours as the line of storms is now.
Oh, that's a 10%
go through town.
hatched.
That's what we're
pretty.
looking at
That's pretty
now, by the
intense
way.
right
And
there.
on
Wait,
the
that's
Laurel
is that current though?
camera. It's
or
the
okay, all
rotating
right,
storm
that makes
that's
sense.
moving up towards Shibuya.
What's the
is no
what's
longer
the,
visible from
you
that
know,
camera, so we're pointing back towards
2,
the
3,
the
4 day
larger
outlook.
linear feature.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the 10% hatch
Gotcha.
is
Well,
still
still goes along
maintained
with,
as well. So we've got a 10% hatch
with,
risk of tornadoes that'll carry us
climate
through the
change.
night. Hello, Lemine. Is the severe weather outbreak going to be worse on Saturday? That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just got snow here.
Obviously, it's impossible to
Fuck,
know for
I
sure.
left work around 1:30, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we were done anyway, so kind of like, get out of here because we got nothing to do and weather's picking up. May as well hit the road before things possibly get worse, but it didn't really get too bad.
But this is the day 4 outlook right now.
Ryan
Shreveport
83.
to Birmingham. A very rare day 4 enhanced risk. This might end up being a day 1 moderate. And likely will be the biggest severe weather outbreak of the year so far. I will try my best to have a video
I
out
was kinda
about this
surprised
tomorrow
to
morning.
See him on this early.
And then I'm just going to spend a bunch of time, fixing up our live stream setup and postponing some of the other upgrades. Because I'd rather just have a fully working system than anything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Day 430, yeah. It was a day 615. The CSU model is even more bullish. Yeah, I plan on talking about that in tomorrow's video. We got flash flood warnings coming out for northern Alabama. It's probably going to get pretty rough as far as the rain goes tonight in northern Alabama, northwest Georgia, maybe even eastern, southeastern Tennessee.
Hold on, I got a phone call.
Pleasure, I think so. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had that. That's for sure. Yeah, Saturday is probably going to be a big day. I talked about it earlier. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't looked at any of the models. I haven't looked at, Riley, went over it earlier and says it looks like it's, going to be significant. I plan on digesting all of the models and all that information tomorrow morning before I make the video, and we'll go from there. Any timing on Saturday? No, it's too early for that. It's too early for that. We're not going to we're not going to know about timing until probably the day after tomorrow. Go ahead, Riley.
A new tornado warning
Hey
has been
Ryan,
issued.
Andy wants us to know that the Thomasville storm is most likely wrapping back up here.
All right. Thank you. So we did just get a new tornado warning for Clark County, Mississippi. I want to go over that, and then we'll talk about the other storm. So this is, the rotation's still there. They went ahead and issued a warning for Shibuya, Quitman, and all the way out there towards Matherville. Let's go look at the Thomasville storm, though.
Wife called to cancel dinner on me.
As it does look like it's trying to come back together here. You can see the
She figured me other food. Just canceled on the steak.
Wow, we're on a we're in quite the radar hole. But you can see that we do have, some rotation trying to come back up here north of Pine Hill near Yellow Bluff. That storm, by the way, this storm looks like it's the kind of storm that is going to be a problem for quite some time. It's really the only one that has the ability to right now. It'll probably be a little bit before it gets swallowed by the line. But like this could go on up towards Selma and Valley Grande. I hope I'm saying that right. So y'all watch out for this one. It's at least going to be a pretty strong severe thunderstorm. At the worst, it could be a problem as far as tornadic activity goes. So we're watching the Thomasville storm as it approaches Pine Hill and places like Yellow Bluff.
Fell in. You still there? You step away for a minute.
So we might see a new warning for that one here soon. If you're just now tuning in, rotation is increasing on a couple of our storms. One of the storms we've been watching for a while, it continues to show really intense signs of rotation on radar, but for the past hour or two, there's been no indication of it actually making contact with the ground. So that's good news, but it's important in these kinds of situations to not let our guard down. So we're continuing to be concerned about Clark County, Mississippi, as that's where the largest area of rotation is headed to right now between Quitman and Shibuda. Yeah, this is still live, Heather. We've been live for exactly 5 hours now. Checking back in on the Thomasville storm again. Oh yeah, we can see a little bit better from Birmingham here. Yeah, rotation's coming back quite aggressively here as the storm approaches places like Bethel Prairie and Prairie Bluff. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a new tornado warning issued for this soon. Once again, this one has the look to it to where it could potentially be a problem maker for some time. It's going in the general direction of Selma. So y'all watch out. In Bethel, Catherine, Prairie Bluff, Cobb's Quarters, I think you guys are about to be under a tornado warning here soon. So go ahead and get to shelter if you want to have a little bit of extra Prep time. Dreamin', thanks for becoming a member. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised we haven't seen a new warning yet for this. How late are you covering the storm system? I mean, we could go. It depends on a lot of different factors, but we're going to be here until we feel like we shouldn't or we don't need to be anymore. How's Brandon doing? As far as I know, he's doing good. Once again, I'll have our line of communication fixed up before the next live stream. I have, we have communications with all these guys. It's just not, it's not finished setup. We thought we had February. Okay. Hey Logan, thanks. By the way, there is a snowstorm happening as well. Just in case anybody forgot about that. It looks like it's wrapping up for the most part in Iowa. But looks like there's lots of 3 to 5 inch snow reports out here in southeast Iowa. 7 inches there in Williamstown. 7.8 inches. Oh man, we got like 7 to 8 inches of snow right around Des Moines here. And then in Chicago right now, I'm seeing lots of 1 to 2 inch snowfall totals. And I would say that we're going to double that over the next hour or so, and then that might be it. Chicago might not be getting as much snow as I guess we were originally thinking. It looks like a lot of the heavier snow totals happened much farther north and west. But Milwaukee, looks like around Milwaukee here, we've got what is that? A bunch of 3 to 4 inch reports. I think we can also expect to at least add another 2 to 3 inches on top of that. Yet to see any significant freezing rain reports out of Toledo. St. Louis ended up with about 1 inch of snow. We got one tornado report down here. Lakeview subdivision has damage and trees down. A couple of homes in the area received damage. Lots of snow reports, though. Yeah, the highest 3 inches of snow near Oak Brook. Yeah, so we'll check back in on this in a little bit. Trees down along Cold Springs Road. That's near Seminary. Trees down off Cawthorn Road as well. That was likely tornado damage right there. All right, sweet. So that's that. Now let's check in on our tornado warnings here. The one that is coming into the Shibuda area still has a strong rotating mesocyclone, but no indication of ground contact. But we should still stay in our safe spots in Clark County, Mississippi. That's really our only remaining tornado warning as of right now. Our next problem is likely going to be this storm, which still doesn't have a tornado warning. The National Weather Service in Birmingham is one of the best in the country. So like we trust that they know what they're doing, and they're going to issue that warning whenever they feel it's necessary. But if you want to be extra prepared, right? If you want to be a step ahead, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and get into a safe spot just in case in Catherine, Gastonsburg, Cobb's Quarters. You got nothing to lose, right? So, yeah, y'all watch out. Yeah, National Weather Service in Birmingham is awesome. Central Alabama has some of the best meteorologists. You got James Spann, you got that whole weather service, like the best in the business. And rightfully so, because this is where some of the worst weather happens ever. And oh my goodness, I'm just now seeing this. Michael Bascom, with the super generous $500 super chat. Michael, you didn't have to do that. He just says, thanks for keeping people informed. You don't have to tell me thank you. You don't have to do that. But I really, really appreciate it. Everybody here on the team does as well. If it wasn't for people like you, we'd have to be like the TV stations and break for commercial and all that stuff, especially when we're going 12 hours or whatever it is. So thank you so much for the very generous support. Nobody has to do that, but of course, eternally grateful. Everybody say shout out to Mike. And they issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Wilcox and Marengo counties in Alabama. It does have a tornado possible tag on it. So there's that. No tornado warning yet on this storm. Still, tornado possible, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is coming up towards Bethel, Catherine, Gastonsburg, Prairie Bluff. Get indoors, away from windows. What software are you using to see all this? This right here is Yaldar, and it's just for me. You wouldn't want it. It's full of bugs, but it does all the things that I need it to do to make this live show happen, and all the buttons work the way specifically I would want them to. I call it Yaldar. And then this is also Yaldar, but it's just a newer version with reports on it. It's all. One day in the future, we might. We'll talk about it soon. I don't want to spoil things too much, but you'll hear me talking more about radars and stuff soon, if that makes sense. If you're just now tuning in, we are doing extensive coverage here on a severe weather outbreak. We've had a couple of tornadoes. One of them, I think, was a significant tornado. In one of them, we watched the full tornado genesis happen live on camera in the Columbia, Mississippi. So we've had a pretty active day here, but there's been some down periods. There's been some lulls. And I think we're experiencing one of those right now. But it's about to pick back up because this storm that we just zoomed into here for Wilcox and Marengo counties in Alabama is starting to rotate more intensely, and we might see a new tornado warning issued for it soon. Storm Chaser Brandon Kopix in the chat. What? He's storm chasing, but I just got a comment from him that says, Ryan, I haven't heard you on the radio all day. Listen, my radio's broke, okay? It'll be fixed tomorrow. I thought I had February. Almost. I don't know the rest of your name, but James Spann, definitely. How many storm chasers are out there? There's a bunch of storm chasers. We're currently showing 2 of them, Brandon and Corey. But there's more than that out there. Also, we've got Storm Chaser Caleb Beecham in Hall Force 1 out there in Missouri. I think he's on his way to the Storm Chaser Summit, if I'm not mistaken. When is that, Riley? What day of the week is that?
The Chaser Summit?
Yeah.
So it starts on Thursday, I believe, is when some of the people are getting there. The main parts of it are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Personally, I know Luke is going to be there Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It seems like a majority of people are going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All those plans were made a week ago before there was either going to be a enhanced, moderate, or God forbid, a high risk on Saturday. So it sounds like a lot of people are probably going to dip Saturday just because, I mean, it is the Storm Chaser Summit. Every single person there is a storm chaser or really, really invested in the weather community. So I don't really know what it's going to look like on Saturday. I know Brandon Kopic, he's in chat. He'll be there Friday, but he's going to chase on Saturday. But it still should be pretty fun, even though it's going to get completely messed up on Saturday by this severe weather outbreak.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. I hope that, well, yeah, it looks like there's definitely going to be severe weather, but I hope that I hope that the thing goes well and not everybody ditches it, because that sounds like a really good time. ChaserCon, that's what they should have called it.
Yes.
But yeah, Hall Force 1's going to be there. By the way, I don't know how that works. I don't know if you have to buy tickets or if you have to sign up or whatever, but it's in Kansas City. Half the y'all crew is going to be there if you want to stop by and say hi.
Yeah. All good.
I'm pretty sure ISP Tech and Y'all Force One is actually like the premier sponsor of Chaser Summit. I'm sure Caleb just turned on the camera to either talk about that or something. We'll see.
Okay, yeah, Caleb, go ahead.
Yeah, right. I figured I would just jump in and chime in on this. It is a ticketed event. However, Hall Force 1, if you're in Kansas City and want to come see it, will be on display there outside. So you can come check it out, take pictures with it. So it'll be there all weekend long. Just go on to their website and you can figure out where to be able to come see it.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Caleb and y'all, Hall Force 1 are going to be out there, and you've got an invite. to go check it out. Meet and greet. One of these years, I'll go to one of those, and we'll give you guys more of a heads up, and we'll make a big deal out of it. But this one, I'm not going to be able to go to this one. You see, they told me about it, what, 7 months ago or something, and I just knew that we were going to have to be here for potentially high risk. So, I made sure that I cleared my calendar and got my priorities straight and all that good stuff. We're down to one tornado warning. By the way, still waiting to see if they're going to upgrade that severe thunderstorm warning in Alabama, the one over there for Marengo County, to a tornado warning. As it still looks like it's trying. So far, they've just got a tornado possible tag on that. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, I'm just testing Zoom because the call just froze and unfroze for a second. Are we all good? Are we still working here?
Yep, I've got you. Did the stream hiccup at all?
I don't know. I lost the remote connection to the Chaser computer and the Zoom call at the same time. I think stream's good.
Okay.
But I don't know. Something was weird.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're all good here. I've got no dropped frames. 7,000 kbps. I think we're good. Yeah, 7 months out. We nailed it. Yeah, the storm that went past Laurel is still rotating as it goes past Shibuya. It's in a pretty rural area right now. And then the new storm that's going through Laurel right now is not really rotating as much. It's a strong storm, but it's not warranting a tornado warning just yet. Yeah, okay, the stream's good. The severe thunderstorm warning for Marengo County has been allowed to expire, so we're in a little bit of an extended lull. Hopefully, it continues. What? Man on Mars says, Ryan, you should sell y'all tornado towels so we can enthusiastically swing them while watching the live stream. What? What? Is my reaction like that's correct, right? Nobody knows what he's talking about, right? And by the way, somebody did ask about the storm near Laurel. It is rotating a little bit just to the south and east of Laurel. It's not quite enough to warrant a tornado warning yet. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, I'm gonna have to completely disagree with you on that because meteorologist Andy Hill said that the storm near Laurel warrants a tornado warning, and Andy Hill knows best. So if you're in the area, y'all watch out. Go ahead, take cover.
I completely take it back. I completely take it back. If meteorologist Andy Hill himself says that this warrants a tornado warning, then I've changed my position. I think I'm just desensitized to these things today, man. How many of these have we seen that just hasn't dropped a tornado today? This is a good lesson. All right, we need to not be desensitized and still pay attention to every rotation on a day like today, where we have ingredients in place to produce a tornado. So shout out to Andy for the slap in the face. I needed it. Come on, Ryan. This is not quite as robust as what we've seen in other storms, but it is still rotation, and it is still something that we should, look at. There is no tornado warning currently, probably for some of the same reasons, that I've been talking about, but there might be one coming soon for Mill Creek, Pleasant Grove, and Whistler. Okay. So yeah, don't freak out. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Our job here is to fill you in on the process of even before tornado warnings issued. Like what are those conversations like? The same thing's happening at the National Weather Service. Somebody's saying, I don't know if that one needs a tornado warning. Somebody else is like, yeah, maybe it probably should. And now that Andy said it, everybody's in agreement, and we're going to see the warning issued here soon. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, one other thing I wanted to mention while we're sort of watching this play out here is one of the interesting things we've seen today is there's a lot of storms that we've been looking at, and we're like, okay, these should totally be tornado warned. These need to be tornado warned, and they haven't gotten tornado warned, and they've gone on to not produce a tornado. I know a lot of times people like to give the NWS a lot of crap and be like, oh my God, they should have warned this, they should have warned that. Today is a really, really good example of how many false negative warnings we could have had and didn't have. So I just want to give the NWS a huge shout out for that. I know Andy was saying the same thing, and it has been really impressive today to see them not warning things that look
A
like
new
they should have got
tornado
a warning,
warning
and then they
has
just
been
don't
issued.
produce tornadoes.
Yep, I agree 100%. We did just get a new tornado warning.
A new tornado warning has been issued. A new tornado warning has been
Oh,
issued.
and another new tornado warning.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And one of them is for our storm that we've been looking at here. This is the one that Andy suggested might need a tornado warning. Obviously, the National Weather Service was watching, and they, they changed their minds as well. So Andy's a trendsetter out here. And, it's not a laughing matter, but still, I think that the timing there is quite interesting. So we need to get serious, and we need to take shelter. If you needed the stimulus, if you needed the National Weather Service to issue a warning for you to take this storm seriously, here you go. Here's your sign. Pleasant Grove, Whistler, West King, Boise, Tokyo, Gretna, and Waynesboro in Mississippi needs to be taking shelter. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, one thing I wanted to mention quick about our southern tornado warning, that is the one that includes the
Back in a
town of
bit.
Waynesboro. We're right on the line between NWS offices here, so although the couplet isn't actually in the warning, I would expect that Jackson is either not issuing a tornado warning because they're not going to get it out in time, or because, they just don't think it's going to produce a tornado until it's in the polygon. Either way, people who are directly to the west of that polygon, it looks like a little bit of a subdivision there. We need to be in shelter there. Assume you're in a tornado warning. Unfortunately, because we are on the line of a county and the line of an NWS office, warning sirens are not going to be going on directly beneath that couplet and or tornado for at least a couple of minutes until it actually moves into those warning areas. So this is another perfect example of like, hey, these people aren't getting a warning because there is gaps in the way that the NWS's infrastructure works. The towns of Myrick and Mill Creek are missing out on this tornado warning. If you're in one of those towns, go ahead and take shelter now.
Great stuff. Thank you, Riley. And yeah, it's there now. It's going to cross over into the warning polygon here within the next couple of minutes. Pleasant Grove, Whistler, West King, Waynesboro, you're next in line. Also, the last scan there looks a little bit more robust. There's some interference, some problems with the radar data here, but still, it's certainly indicating a stronger mesocyclone coming together between Myrick, Mill Creek, and Pleasant Grove. Take shelter in Whistler. Beat 4 Elementary School, Bugsby Game, Park Refuge, Eastside Park. All these places are in the path. This one could get strong really fast. So take shelter. Oops. No cameras around this one, unfortunately. There was also another new tornado warning for Butler and Pennington, Alabama. This is for Choctaw and Marengo counties. It's an extension of the warning that's we've been talking about back here towards Chancellor. This now includes Pennington, Alabama. Take shelter now. This is going to go on for the next 48 minutes. Shout out Allison. Red and green towel that says Nader Juice. I'm sure we can do it. Yep. Ryan, will you be covering the flash flooding in California tomorrow? I will try to cover it as much as possible in the video. But as far as a live stream goes, probably not. We're not set up to do that, and I need to take the time to get this stream set up completely up to 100% before Saturday. I think it's going to be a big day. Yeah, this continues to look quite concerning. On radar, we've got a tightening area of rotation now coming over Highway 84 between Pleasant Grove and Whistler in Mississippi. It's on its way to Waynesboro, the greater Waynesboro area. Radar is not very helpful in this instance. But the important thing is that we know there's rotation and where it is, right? How many confirmed tornadoes today? A couple. I don't know the exact number, but certainly a couple. It's going towards a town called Tokyo, I think that's how you say it, near Waynesboro, Whistler, and Boise, laced.
Glassfield. I'm good.
What'll Florida look like next week? I don't know. Tune into the video tomorrow. Honestly, y'all, I don't know anything. I won't until tomorrow morning about the extended forecast. I've been very focused on today.
I check my longest live. I've had plenty of video games hit 6 hours.
I don't like this. My neck of the woods, we've got ourselves a significant flood risk.
Let me check this.
Weather conditions indicate that significant river flood conditions can be expected. It's been a while since we've had river flooding over here. So this will impact eastern Kentucky. Also, if this
3.5, 3
continued into
5.
like, this is just the Ohio
That was
River
a
basin, I
broken one,
guess.
too.
But
after.
obviously, we're going to have significant river flooding problems
that back.
in East Tennessee, maybe even the mountains of North Carolina
Let
as
the
well as a
podcast
result of
go
all the
3.5
rain that's
hours.
coming.
Podcast hit 3. Yeah, most video games appear
I'll
to be
show
around
you
3
the
hours. Podcast hit 3 again.
pivotal.
They range from 2 to 3 hours. That's just the YouTube. Switch back to the original, my normal account.
Yeah, we'll go over it in tomorrow's video.
Yeah, Twitch gets rid of a lot of them, but I'm pretty sure
There's a
I've had
lot that I
plenty
want
of,
to talk about when it comes
RP
to the rain,
sessions hit
especially
6
over
hours.
there in California. So I'm gonna save that for the video. We've got tornado warnings, and wow. Shika Maru, huge shout out to you. We've had some really generous people tonight. You didn't have to do that. It says, been watching your live streams and vids since early 2023. So far, you have helped me stay calm during a couple severe thunderstorms here in West Virginia last year. Keep up the good work. I hope
makes
this
me wonder how
helps
long I've been in this
someone in
Discord.
need, especially with tornado season around the corner. Hey, thank you so much for the support. Seriously, nobody has to do that, but it's very much appreciated. Everybody here on the team appreciates it, and you guys have heard me say this before, but I think it's important I say this whenever somebody does something like that. If it wasn't for people doing that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here. It is expensive. It costs money. And we have people in my email inbox that would love to give me money. They would love for me to talk about their product and pause every 5 seconds and be like, I really love this. Click the link in the description and you can buy this. Oh, by the way, here's another tornado. Like, we could do it, but thanks to stuff like that, we don't have to do that. You know what I mean? So, super huge shout out to everybody who's been so supportive tonight.
Excuse me.
This rotation's near the McGill School. So if you're near Waynesboro and you know where McGill School is, or the Beat 4 Elementary School, that's where the largest part of the rotation is right now. And it's coming up right in between those two things. And
got some noise gate
it'll
issues,
be
a little
near
bit
the
of
town
audio
of West
bouncing
King
in
soon.
from the
Still
background.
no indication as to whether or not this
Yeah.
is actually producing a tornado,
It may just be Discord
but it's
Yeah.
darn near
audio
close.
settings. I don't know. It's not bugging me. Just want to let you know. Gotcha. Kind of mic you using?
Yeah, there's currently 3 tornado warnings. We've got one for Wayne County, Mississippi, another one for Clark County,
Right.
Mississippi, Choctaw,
is
and
it a
Marengo
headset?
County, Alabama's are
Yeah,
Alabama
that's
are also
okay.
under tornado
Yeah, I've got a rig
warnings. Those are going to
headset.
last for the next 8 to 14 minutes.
Had it for a while. I like the headset. I haven't used it in a while since I've got a different.
Jason Buer, thanks for being a member. And Fire News, thank you for that.
Yeah. That's all that is.
It's been
Discord setting. It's
an absolute
it
day
comes to,
driving back
I
and
don't know
forth
if you've
across
got what you got
Missouri,
your
southwest
voice
Iowa, and
settings
Omaha.
too.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's like the hardest hit area as far as snow goes, especially if you got deep into Iowa. Very fluffy and whiteout type
Yeah.
conditions
Input
through much of the
sensitivity
day,
can be a bitch.
especially when passing other vehicles. Glad it's sleep time. Looky here, he's got the Yalameter out there.
Mhm.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
the support.
I did have to eventually turn off
for the report.
automatically determine input sensitivity, but
truckers watch
then
the
now
channel.
it's working in combination with my
I
mixer.
think every
so
video I post,
no issues.
one of the top comments is like, "I'm a trucker and this is awesome."
you have
And
you
then
have what
a
turned
lot of
on?
the comments to that comment is like, "Oh, I'm also a trucker and this is awesome."
Oh yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
whenever we do,
No,
our meet
well,
and greet, we
I've
should do
I've
it at
been
a
known
truck
to
stop.
use voice mods and shit like that so often that
Not a bad idea, huh?
I had to manually select, and sometimes it was one way, other times it was another. So I just had to tweak it often because otherwise you changed your mic, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, the audio settings when I bring up
we're gonna
when I
take
bring
a
up
closer look at
you know,
this.
slabs or OBS is just insane looking because I've got
as
so
we
many
mics
mics hooked up to this
have
computer, and so many mics that have been hooked up to this
a
computer.
tornado debris
Like my
signature
Yeti is
now,
sitting around here
visible,
somewhere.
on the latest scan.
That's going to my laptop here eventually.
So we might get this upgraded to a confirmed tornado on the ground here within the next couple of minutes. So
South of
this
Meridian?
big area of rotation that we've been
East
watching
Clipper.
is now showing signs of it
I was watching
actually
that.
making contact with the ground now near Whistler. Okay, so this happened. This
Whistler?
likely made contact with the
Oh,
ground
okay.
near
Yeah.
the McGill
Yeah, that
School,
one
like we
actually
were
stands out a
talking
little more.
about. And now we have a tornado down right now, moving towards West King and Boyce. So yeah, that's what's happening. What else? Let me see here. Oh yeah, look at that. Big time
That's
tornado
good.
debris
That's dark.
signature here. So here we go. Another large tornado. This one might, this one is probably going to get a confirmed tornado warning here soon. If it continues to look like it's a strong tornado, it might even get another PDS tornado warning as it goes towards Hiwanee, West King, and Matherville. We need everybody to get underground if possible. If that's not possible, then you want to get into the lowest floor of your building that you're in. With as many walls between you and the outside world as possible, and cover your head. I'm getting reports that the fire
And the
department
war-
has
the-
eyes
the
on
entire
it. It's
warning
down
area
at
is
the
rural.
school.
Looks
So
mountainous and rural.
somebody out there is reporting that this is actually down on the ground near the school right now. We're talking about McGill School and the Beat 4 Elementary School. Next in line here is going to be the little community of West King. All right. They have
that'd be
upgraded this
that'd
to a
be
PDS tornado warning now.
confirmation.
If you don't know what a PDS tornado warning is,
A new
it's a
PDS tornado
particularly
warning
dangerous
has been
situation.
issued.
We have reason to believe that there is not just a tornado on the ground, but a large, deadly tornado on the ground, capable of doing significant.
You could set up some
very
hotkeys for that.
significant damage.
So you don't have to bring it up every time.
So
yeah, I think you
we've
should
got a
be able to
confirmed
hotkey that.
large and extremely dangerous tornado 8 miles northwest of Waynesboro, moving east at 50 miles per hour.
Let me bring
This is
up
a
OBS
particularly
so I can see.
Dangerous
If there's
situation,
a way
take
to do that.
cover
I
now.
thought I told you to fix that.
Is a
shit.
radar confirmed tornado. If you're in the path
No,
here,
no,
you're
no,
in a
I'm
life-threatening
talking about
situation,
my-
flying debris
talking about-
may be
talking to
deadly
my
to those caught without
OBS.
shelter.
He's
Mobile
trying to do
homes will
something.
be destroyed, and considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely. Complete destruction is possible. Waynesboro is in the path. West King, Boise, Hiwani, Tokyo, Gretna, the Busby Game Refuge, and
Yeah, that
Matherville.
was pretty quick.
All of those areas need to be taking
Get
shelter
down
now.
here.
It is a pretty rural area, and the biggest part of the rotation
Properties.
looks like it might be going north of downtown Waynesboro.
I assume you can do hotkey
We want
because
everybody in
everything I
Waynesboro to
do
get to shelter,
whenever
though,
I'm
just in
streaming
case.
is done through my Stream Deck.
But yeah, there's probably
But
going to be some
you should
homes
be
here
able
in
to
the
hotkey it
Boise
just as
community,
easily.
West King, Hillany, along Highway 45. So definitely be getting into your safe spots. Run, don't walk. This is the second PDS tornado warning of the day.
Well, what do you have
this
next,
one
Tori?
also looks really intense. That's a
Yeah, I mean,
deep
if it's large enough and it goes to 'em,
tornado
but like that whole
debris,
area is
signature there.
rural.
We've got debris being lofted to about 10,000 feet in the air. Already. A wonderful speed from the National Weather Service there for that upgrade. Wow. I think this is a even more impressive look on radar than the one that we had earlier. Yeah, I'll dive into the mesoscale a little bit here. I don't think there's much in the direct path, but I could be wrong. Let me double check. So this is going between Waynesboro and Shibuya. Right now, the rotation is really close to the Clear Creek Baptist Church.
Yeah, I'm clueless
It's going
on
to
that one.
cross Waynesboro Shibuya Road before getting over there near the New Pilgrim Missionary Church. It'll likely cross the road near Hiwani Cemetery. If it continues on its current trajectory, it'll go towards places like the Atkinson Cemetery, Pleasant Chaparral Road, Billy Field Cemetery, and then eventually Matherville. Very rural areas out here, but I mean, there's people. There's people out here. Check it out. Here's the part of the road where this will likely cross. I don't know what these are, but these are some sort of industrial thing. We've got small businesses. We've got a couple homes, very scattered, very spread out, but still, that's about the path I would expect the thing's going to take right in there.
It looks good once you get rid of that.
This is a PDS tornado warning.
background. Yeah, no, so it looks good when you
we've
get rid of
heard
the
we've got
background.
reports now that it's confirmed to have hit an occupied RV. So fire departments dispatched on.
Well, if they
trying to
know
help
it's hit
some,
the occupied
people who may have
RV,
gotten
that's
hit by
probably a
this
good
by
sign that-
in an RV. Remember, this is important because I'm seeing some trailers, I'm seeing some mobile homes, double wides, and stuff like that in the path here. Very important to
They say
not
my
be in
office
a
is the
mobile home
safest area of the house.
in a tornado, especially one like this. A PDS tornado warning is not your average
Probably.
tornado. Like, this is likely a
Probably
big,
a lot of- I don't know. Depends. Drag it down. see what it
nasty
looks like.
tornado that
A
will
lot of time you can. Well, it depends on
pick
your
up a
background,
mobile
too,
home
and how
or an
things are.
RV and chew it up, and you don't want to be inside of that whenever that happens. You're honestly better off anywhere else outside of it. Okay, You just want to make sure you can protect yourself from debris. That's the number one thing. A low-lying area.
Change
But
the
the
name of
best
your
thing to
text
do
down
is
there so
is
you
to
can
get to a more sturdy
differentiate.
shelter. This is the South. Neighbors. If you are in an RV park, a lot of
I
times
don't want to agree with you.
there's a central concrete building with a bathroom and showers and stuff
yeah, it
like
might be the
that. If
problem.
you've got something
Wrong-
like
wrong
that,
part.
that's better than being in a mobile home. But yeah, and if you're farther downstream here in places like Matherville, Emory, Evansboro, you've got a little bit of time. You got a couple minutes to make those decisions. You know what I'm saying?
No idea.
So hopefully
No
everybody is
idea.
underground or at least at the
me check
lowest
my
floor of a
contact.
sturdy building in Hiwany and West King as every frame continues to look more and more impressive. This is still a strong tornado ongoing right now near West King. The tornado is near the
Crazy.
New Hope Church. If you know where
Pennsylvania
Clements Paint
contact.
and
All right,
Repair
nice.
is, you know about where this tornado is.
Got my radio running
It's
digital
about
modes right now.
to cross the Chickasaway River on its approach to Highway 45.
I like this guy up earlier.
This is doing significant damage right now.
Sorry, that was me. Yeah. That's anytime I log a contact through Grid Tracker, it does that. A little FTA contact, that's all.
Sorry. Just checking on a couple things. Once again, West King is in the path. Also, the Busby Game Refuge. It's getting into more rural areas after it gets past Highway 48. But as it crosses Highway 48, there's quite a few structures that it could impact. So I'm hoping that we've got the word out here as much as possible. It's crossing the Chickasaway River right now. The community of Pleasant Grove Chaparral Road needs to be on the lookout as well and get into your safe spot. There's a here on BJ Henry
Kinda
Road
AC you
and
got
Sally
blowing into
Gray
your
Road.
face.
There's
That's what I'm
a
wondering
small
about.
community that could be impacted by this tornado. The
You got some
latest scan
ductwork by your
on,
head?
the correlation coefficient looks like it's backed off a little bit. Velocity's still
Or
nuts.
you got a
though,
window
so
unit
we're
blowing at you.
we're assuming that this is still a big, large tornado on the
so that
ground
explains
heading
it.
right towards the Matherville area now.
Man, you're down south and you're relying on a window unit?
Chickasaway River, is that right?
There's just for a little extra oomph.
It's spelled like Chickasaway. Chickasaway. Okay, I see. Chickasaway. Yeah, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading it like upside down.
Oh yeah. I get it.
So you'll have to bear with me with the
I'm assuming it's probably a
pronunciations.
$6,000 to $10,000 fix. Yeah.
Thankfully,
another.
both of these big tornadoes that we've had tonight have happened in mostly rural areas. I'm hoping that we've heard about the RV getting hit, and that's
WB9
really unfortunate. But hopefully, most of what's
Good clear
happening out there
contact
is,
with that one. That was
is,
quick.
tree damage.
Between those two?
Definitely a lot of damage, though. You
that's
can
the
see that
logbook.
clearly on the correlation coefficient. It looked like this thing picked
No,
up
it's,
debris up
benefit
to at
of me
least
doing it. Yeah,
13 to
since
15,000
I
feet.
work in the electrical industry. I can do my own HVAC work. If it's plumbing, guy across the street's a plumber. No, I've already had to work on my my air handler once. Changed
Yeah,
the
this thing
motor out.
is-
Motor went out
Yeah,
last
it wouldn't
year.
be surprising to me if this is still producing
summer.
a
Got a
tornado,
little
even though we're
hot.
not seeing that deep
That was actually an easy fix.
correlation coefficient. The velocity is just off the charts.
Like, why is
Everybody in the
why is
this
the air
very
handler
small
so
town of
fucking loud?
Matherville needs to be underground or in a sturdy shelter. You got to be running there, not walking if you're just now getting started. It's coming fast. It's a big one.
A little smaller, but to draw more attention, you could make it spread out
If
across.
you're just
the,
now tuning in, we've got a
across the,
PDS tornado warning for Wayne County,
top
Mississippi.
left, right, make it scroll.
The tornado is it's crossing
that.
into the Matherville area now.
You could make it scroll and make it go all left to right, all the way across the top. Yeah. All right. So do this. Go to edit text. All right.
And
you're going to add
it's in
a
a
bunch of
fairly
spaces
empty area
at
as
the
far as
end
landmarks go.
of PDS
So
tornado
I've
warning.
pretty much talked about
Start adding
every
spaces.
church and cemetery that's going to be near.
All right. Now stop. Drag the entire thing.
with-
Just hit
let's hope that
done.
it dissipates before it gets to Matherville.
Drag it all the way to the left.
If it gets to Matherville, it'll enter in
Once you unlock it, of course.
near the
All
old
right,
school
go back to
venue.
editing it again.
Okay, so Matherville's an incredibly small. I wouldn't even call it a
And
town.
keep adding
It's
spaces
just like,
until it reaches
it's a
the
fork
far
in
right
the road.
of the screen. You know what
where
I mean?
we've got Geneva
You'll see it keep
Presbyterian
growing there.
Church,
There you go.
and the old school venue. I'm not sure what that is, but
All right,
if
oh,
you know
yeah.
where that is and
A
you
little bit
live
more.
nearby,
There you go.
you're
All right,
in a
now
very
you want
dangerous
to hit done.
situation as we've got a huge tornado
Right click it on sources.
causing problems moving up into the Matherville area now. If it continues
Right click it and down in
to
sources.
go
where you just
in
clicked a
that
minute
direction,
ago.
it might end up making it over there towards the Davis Poultry Farm or
Down
the
where
Coit
the-
Baptist Church.
where you locked it a minute ago. Right click it down there. Now it doesn't have to be necessarily on the lock, but right click somewhere where it says text GDI +1. Or hit settings to the right. Right there. Nope, shit, that's not the right thing. Scroll down. Fuck it. Scroll down. What's in there? Is filters in there? No, filter's not in there. All right, cancel. All right, right click it. Text GDI. No, not up there, but down low. Right click there.
Stephen,
Filters.
yeah, like whenever I say it, luckily it's in a rural area. I'm
Edit.
not rooting for it, like to hit people that are
add
in
filter.
rural areas. I'm happy that less people are potentially
Filter
impacted.
type.
It's obviously a bad thing that anybody is being
Scroll.
impacted, but we would all agree, I think, that it's better that it's not hitting
Add.
a large population center. But like
Horizontal
I'm
speed,
doing everything
just
I can
adjust
here
it
to
left
give you
or
as
right
much
and see what
information as
happens.
possible, and I'd be doing the same thing if it was a big city. I'm telling you down to the
There you go.
creeks that it's crossing, where the thing is, and the odds that somebody in Matherville is watching this right now are extremely low. There's like 5 people there, right? But like if there's even one, I want to make sure
That's a
we're
little
doing everything
faster
we can
read,
to help that
but
person.
you get the idea. Draws attention.
Yeah, there's no chasers.
It's got that news scroll.
as far as
is
I
what
know,
it's got, which is what I like about it.
ne-
And
near
you
this
can
one right
actually
now.
put, PDS tornado warning. You could center and make it small and not obtrusive, but it still looks good, looks professional.
It does look like if
Um,
the
But like for what I'm
if it
usually putting on things, like
continues,
what I mentioned before,
past
I use the
Matherville
scroller
and,
just because
and
there's
goes
a lot
along
there.
the Poplar Springs Road there.
It's an option you got.
There's a pretty decent amount of people that live along that road. So hopefully we're getting the word out to them. This is a textbook example of a place that almost certainly doesn't have tornado sirens, right? Like, I don't know how you would know that there's a tornado coming out here in a place like Matherville unless you were tuned into James Spann or watching a channel like this or had a NOAA weather radio or something like that.
There you go. He's got a scroll. That's not the same one. It's a little rougher.
PDS tornado warning is going to continue for 33 minutes.
All right, I got to dip out. I got other things I got to take care of. All right, later on.
Yeah, Brandon Kopic's headed towards it. There's a couple of chasers that could potentially get there. Bryce Shelton. But yeah, they're still pretty far away. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, so just an update about chasers we have in. Corey Gherkin is the closest. Jordan Hall is just a little bit further to the north, and then Brandon Kopic is just a little bit further to the north than him.
Okay.
So,
So we've got people on the way.
A new tornado warning has been issued. A new tornado warning has been issued.
So we just got a new confirmed tornado warning here for
New
Choctaw and
information.
Clark,
This
Alabama.
tornado
So
warning
this
has
is
been
for
upgraded.
our storm that's going through Matherville right now. We've got a confirmed tornado warning now for Needham, Toxie, Gilbertown, Arabat, and Slater. Somebody in chat was asking about Toxie earlier, and so now. Now you are now under that warning in Toxie. So if you know anybody in Toxie, Gilbertown, or Needham, let them know that this is the real deal. This is a confirmed tornado warning, a damaging tornado and $50 size hails coming in over the next hour. We need everybody to take shelter. Another early heads up, right? If you live out here, you've got a chance to really take advantage of the lead time. Go to a neighbor's house if they have a sturdy building and you don't. If you're in a mobile home, you've got a little bit of prep time, especially if you're as far back as into Lou and Red Springs and Lusk and Jackson Spur. A little bit more population centers over here in Alabama, unfortunately, as the storm continues to go on. Are you going to be live Saturday? Yep. Yeah, so we're watching our storm chasers as they get closer. Yeah, you can see Jordan and Brandon both are in Toxie. And Corey is as well. You can see lightning is increasing on all three of the cameras. This is going to be an intense storm. Whether there's a tornado that is continuing to be a part of this or not, it's going to be a really intense storm for Gilbertown. $50 size hail, 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. But I think down here near Emory, up towards Paragon, that's where we've got to be most concerned about a potential tornado coming through. The velocity is less definitive than it was before. We've got two separate areas, really. I think this is probably the new area that we've got to watch right here near the Busby Game Refuge area. So definitely keep an eye out or make sure you're in your safe spot in Emory. We've still got debris visible on correlation coefficient. This looks like fallout. from the earlier tornado touchdown. So it's probably raining debris in Matherville up towards Junction City. And then a new tornado is trying to form somewhere in here as it comes over into Alabama. Lightning is definitely picking up. We're hearing reports of lots of trees down in the path behind this storm. It sounds like a few houses have been hit, but no word on damage intensity just yet. Yep, this is cycling to the south. We've got a new area of rotation right here coming over towards Emory that we've got to be concerned about, okay? PDS tornado warning's got 15 minutes on it, and then we're going to switch over here to the Toxie Gilbertown warning. Those are really the next places that need to be taking shelter: Emory, Paragon, and those areas. How late will you be on here? I mean, we're gonna keep going until we don't have PDS tornado warnings. I reckon the threat's gonna continue until the early morning hours tomorrow. Obviously, I won't be here for the entire thing. We've been streaming for 6 hours, and the height of the tornado risk is gonna last, I think, at least through the next hour. And then after that, we'll make the decision of what to do next. But right now, like we've got one of the more concerning looking storms of the day moving into an area where our storm chasers are. So we're at least going to ride this out. This storm could be a problem over here north and west of Montgomery. This is one that we've been watching for a while. It's not done anything just yet, but man, it's got a lot of energy with it. It's got a lot of potential. Thankfully, so far, nothing's really come out of it, but that is a recipe for disaster if things lined up perfectly on that one. Hyper King 128, thank you so much for that. Yeah, the lightning is increasing there. You can see like Jordan, Brandon, and Corey are pretty much all three just sitting and waiting on this thing to come to them. And you can see very clearly that the flashing is increasing. That's a sign that the storm is continuing to intensify. Chris Hardwick, thank you for the very generous super chat. I'm hoping that this calms down a little bit once it gets into Alabama. It looks like some of the more recent, radar scans are looking a little bit less concerning than what they just were. Let me show you the loop. You know what I'm saying? We've lost some of that rotation, so hopefully it doesn't come back. But if it does, our storm chasers are in perfect position to intercept this storm. I'll tell you what, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Where's the bot? The bot's broke. Everything is broke, y'all. Everything is broke, and it's because I'm trying to fix it. That always happens. Whenever I try to start fixing stuff, everything breaks, and then we have a tornado outbreak, and then we gotta go live with a bunch of broken stuff. Happens every year. I gotta go use. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think that we're doing all right. Yeah, even with like half work and stuff like this stream has been like we've been able to do what we do. You know what I mean? You guys, if you, some of you probably haven't even noticed that like half the stuff's not working. Some of you have, but like you know what I'm saying. If you're just now tuning in, we do have a confirmed tornado warning for Choctaw and Clark counties in Alabama. This is no longer a PDS tornado warning, and it no longer looks nearly as impressive as it did. In fact, I'm I'm hesitant to say this, but like I think that it's likely not on the ground. We're going to assume that it is though, and we're going to stay in our safe spots in Gilbertown and Toxie. And guess what? Like Jordan and all of our storm chasers are in Toxie right now, and they're about to let this storm hit them head on. So we're going to see exactly what it's got in there. Okay. Rebecca, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's strange how every county on the 24/7 stream is called Lincoln County. Yeah, you see, that's part that's broke. Check on Selma. Selma's okay. Yeah, the storm that went past Selma is looking kind of concerning over here near Ottawaville. But it's been looking that way for a while and it's not done anything. So I'm hoping that trend continues. It was honestly looking more concerning right over the town of Selma than it does right now. Kristen says, thanks for all you do, Ryan. After moving to Tennessee, the weather frightened me, but watching your show and learning more has really helped. Yep. Anything that you're really afraid of, a lot of times it's probably just because you don't understand it. The more you understand anything, the less likely it is that you're going to be super afraid of it. So the same goes for weather and tornadoes and all that stuff. So I'm glad I can help there. Thank you for all in your team do, Ryan. This is from Sketchy Jeff. I live in Southwest Georgia, barely in the slight risk area. Do I need to pull an all-nighter? No, I don't think so. I never encourage anybody to stay up all night and worry about the weather. Best thing to do is if you do want to be like extra safe, get yourself a NOAA weather radio and have it wake you up if there's a warning near you. Otherwise, yeah, go to sleep. Sleep's really important. Can we take a look at the severe weather for Saturday? All I can do is show you this. Yeah, NOAA weather radios are loud. They are, I would think of them as smoke detectors, right? But for tornadoes, right? Yeah, everybody's got a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector in their house to wake them up at night if something goes wrong. Why not have a tornado one? Huh? That's what a NOAA weather radio is. We've got them on our site. You can get them at Target. You can get them at the dollar store, I think. I don't know. You can get them just about anywhere. Not a lot of people have them, though. But yeah, I will explain more about this tomorrow. First, mostly because I don't know anything about it right now. I've been busy. I haven't had time to really study and like understand the system here. I'm going to spend an entire hour or two tomorrow morning preparing for tomorrow's video, and I'll be able to explain it much better. But and also the data that we're going to have tomorrow morning will be much more clear. So yeah, just wait for tomorrow, and I'll have a much better, outlook for you on the severe weather for Saturday. But you'll have a video from me tomorrow morning. You'll have a video from me. What the heck is today? What the heck? You'll have a video from me tomorrow morning. You'll have a video Friday morning. Saturday, no video. We'll just be live all day. So you'll have 2 video updates before the actual storm. By the way, our tornado warning now is radar indicated. We no longer have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Michael, thanks for the 20 gifted. Michael's the same one that did the 500 earlier. Michael, you've been so generous today. Seriously, thank you for all the support. You don't have to do it. Look at these giant. Are these hailstones or are these giant raindrops? Jordan's grabbing the drone out of the air. So this is the onset of the tornado warned storm that's coming into Toxie now, as seen through Brandon Kopic's live stream. Yeah, I think those are just giant raindrops. So yeah, strong storm moving into Toxie. I don't think we've got a tornado here, but we do have. Actually, no, we don't have a tornado warning. All tornado warnings have been allowed to expire. Lord, yeah. Yeah, how'd you guys like that midair drone catch? That's a Jordan Hall y'all special right there. All right, what are the odds? What are the odds that I can fix y'all bot before we end the stream?
Keyser in Mineral County, West Virginia, also has some roads affected by ice, reported by the local 911 call center. Please exercise caution if you are traveling in these areas.
We're not going to end just yet. There's still a little bit of time left to potentially have some problems. But I think I am going to sneak and try to fix y'all while we wait on the next potential storm. What do you guys think? Open folder. Yeah, but as of right now, there's honestly nothing to talk about. There's no tornado warnings. There's no severe thunderstorm warnings. So I'm going to take a moment here to test something out.
It's 9:35 p.m. ET. The temperature at the Weather House is 51 degrees Fahrenheit with a dew point of 49 degrees Fahrenheit. How's the weather in your area? Let us know in the chat.
So the problem is our warnings provider added new warnings. And
Multiple new storm reports are coming in this evening,
we're not
highlighting
handling
significant
those.
weather activity
So all I've got to
across several
do
regions. In
is
West
fix
Virginia,
that,
freezing rain has been reported in
and it's
multiple locations.
fixed.
Just a few minutes ago, the Department of Highways noted
Boom.
0.1 inches of freezing rain in Mount Storm, while emergency management in Petersburg and a 911
Map
call center in
warnings,
Morpeth reported road icing and elevated surfaces in
warnings.js.
with 0.01 inches of freezing rain. Similar conditions
Where's
were observed in
warnings.js? There it
Romney,
is,
Houston,
warnings.js.
and Hightown, with roads and surfaces
And I think
becoming
that's it. I think
hazardous. Meanwhile, in
copy and
Maryland,
paste the
Frostburg has
documentation.
reported 0.1 inches of freezing rain, and a train spotter in Franklin, West Virginia, noted 0.05 inches on elevated surfaces. Turning to the snowy regions, in Iowa, North English is experiencing significant snowfall, with 9 inches reported by a train spotter. In Michigan, southeast of Scottville, a total of 4.8 inches of snow has been recorded so far. Please exercise caution if you are traveling in these areas, as conditions may be dangerous. Stay tuned for further updates.
Guys, if I can figure this out before I end the stream, it's going to be awesome. Because then we can send people over there and it'll be working. It'd be great. We added some warning types. Paste the documentation, copy the error. And then let AI do let it work its magic. If you're just now tuning in, we are trying to do some live weather coverage today. I want my AI robot to be able to help, so we've got to fix it, right? That's a big part of it. So that's what we're doing right now.
Just wanted to let you know there are currently 417 active weather watches, warnings, and advisories across the United States. Stay tuned, and I'll keep you updated on all of them in real time.
Add these to our warning priority list etc. What's your YAWLBot's name? It's YAWLBot. Everybody keeps saying I have to give YAWLBot a name. It is literally YAWLBot. Yeah, I'm doing some software development.
Active wildfires. The bigger icons mean bigger fires. Right now, there are.
Right now, this is kind of what that looks like. This is the priority ranking system for all the warnings. We're just adding new flood warnings to the mix. And hopefully that solves our problem. There are no active tornado warnings at the moment. No, that's why I'm taking a moment to do this.
It's 9:40 p.m. ET. The temperature at the weather house is 51 degrees Fahrenheit with a dew point of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. During a severe
All right,
thunderstorm
look at that.
warning, remember to stay
Warnings are
inside, away
back.
from windows.
A new
keep
tornado
an eye
watch has
on
been
weather.
issued.
Also, I think we got a new tornado watch, maybe. Yeah, for portions of Alabama. We'll talk about that here in a second. Yeah, so we got the warnings back. I think that the new tornado watch just came through as well.
We're getting several new storm reports in just now. In North English, Iowa,
Why is it ranking flash flood warnings so high? What's the difference between the Midland WR120 radio and WR400 on your store? The 120 is, so they do the same thing. The 400 is nicer. There's more options. There's more programmable options. If all you care about is just having a smoke detector for your home, but like for tornadoes, then get the cheaper one. The bigger one has a larger display. It looks nicer. I think it's a little louder, and it has a few more settings. There's a lot of different things that you can tweak with in there. I think for most people it's not necessary. But yeah, the $30 one or whatever, that's probably that's the one I would go with if you're just looking, because they both do the same thing at their core. You know what I mean? Let me show you that new tornado watch before I finish YAWLBOT here. And then once I finish that, I'm going to literally build the executable file, put it on the YAWLBOT computer, restart it, and then I'll send you guys over there. Here it is. Tornado watch. This is going to go through 3 a.m. A few tornadoes likely. Isolated hail up to quarter size possible. Scattered wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. About 1 million people included in this. This includes Montgomery, Monroeville, all the way over to Columbus. So, yeah, we're not going to stay live till 3. But we'll stay. I'm going to stay live long enough to get the YAWLBOT done. And if by the time I'm done with YAWLBOT, we don't have any significant developments over here, we might end the stream for the night. If we do have significant developments, I'm going to stay right here with you, okay? We've only been going for 6 hours, so this is a short stream so far for me. I ain't tired. Actually, I am. For some reason, I really am. I don't know why. No, the hatched risk is still with us. So yeah, the code base for YAWLBOT's incredibly unorganized and sloppy and just all over the place. It's probably why it breaks so often, to be honest. Still looking for a classically trained developer out there. I know there's been some people who have reached out and have like wanted to try to help. I haven't had time to go through those inquiries, but I like to throw it out there every once in a while. That is something that we're looking for. Okay, we got that fixed. What else was it? I think that's it. I'm going to call this YAWLBOT
A new tornado watch has been issued.
Y'allbot version 1.3.0.
A new tornado watch has been issued.
npm run clean. npm run build. Yeah, it's mostly JavaScript. Most of the software that we use, that like other people actually use, stuff that we distribute to other people and on the team, is not as loosely organized, and as far as the file systems go. Y'allbot is literally just, it's on one computer. I'm the only one that's ever going to look at the code base, so like it doesn't matter to me. Justin, Susan, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired tonight. Melissa says, Ryan, don't stay up all night. Sleep is important. Also, Ryan, I'm going to stay live as long as I need to. Plus, I'm going to do some software development and study up on Saturday. I'll have a new video up in the AM. Yeah, that's probably why I'm tired right now, is I woke up really early this morning. Okay, Y'allbot's built. Y'allbot's built. Let me transfer the... This is why sleep is important. I've forgotten how to talk. Let me transfer the file. And Backroom, maybe you guys can help me with this so I don't have to go back there and do it. I'll go over to the Y'allbot computer, close out of the Y'allbot program, and then give me just a second. On the desktop, I'm putting Y'allbot Assistant Setup 1. Okay, on the desktop, I'm putting Y'allbot Assistant 1.2.9.exe.